Hey friend, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here listening to another episode of the Pattern Design Circle podcast. Here we talk all about the ins and outs of designing knit and crochet patterns and running a business that makes it all possible. I'm Jessica, your host, knitting pattern designer, design mentor, and the friend in your ear. Can't wait to dive right in. The Pattern Design Circle podcast is sponsored by the Pattern Design Circle, a membership community for knit and crochet pattern designers that are feeling lost, lonely, or frustrated in their business. It connects you with a supportive community that's always eager to answer your questions and help you through the hard times. And there's loads of resources and activities specifically catered to business and designing. Sound like your jam? Check it out at snickerdoodlenets.com/design-circle. That's Snickerdoodle, like the cookie, knits, knits.com/design-circle. All right, let's get into it. Hello and welcome back for another episode of the Pattern Design Circle podcast. I am so excited to be here chatting with you again. This podcast gives me so much energy and joy. I absolutely love just connecting with you, chatting with you, sharing all things design business with you. And so it's my hope that you just find this valuable and applicable to your business and that you actually apply what you learn. So I'm very excited to be here with you again. If you are watching on the YouTube video, I am wearing glasses. I'm wearing my blue light glasses again, just for the sake of my eyes. And I apologize for the reflection happening. It is what it is. One of my recent podcasts, I talked about time as being possibly our second most valuable resource, but our first being our health and well-being. So this is just one little thing I'm trying to do for my health and well-being. Save my eyes, save my head, save my lots of things. So I appreciate you being patient with me. Today, I'm very excited to be chatting with you about a topic that is very important to me and something that I've really been exploring over the last 4 years of running a business. And oh my goodness, I just realized I just hit my 4-year anniversary. I kind of missed it. I kind of been dreading it coming up. But here it is, it's gone and passed, and I have been a business owner for over 4 years now. So anyway, today's call will not be so much a tell you what to do kind of discussion, but more of a heart-to-heart, giving you permission, granting you grace, and encouraging you to do the same for yourself kind of discussion. So just FYI, going into it, it's not going to be necessarily an action list like the investing your time discussion was. That was also definitely a heart-to-heart as well. But this is more just maybe opening your mind to a few things and helping you to find the balance. So today we are talking about strategically going with the flow. So it's this balance of strategy and going with the flow. It's finding the balance between energy cycles and strategies. So now we start to hear a little bit about both. We're starting to hear some of both. I apologize if you just heard the vibration of my phone. I've muted that now. So for a long time, I have seen primarily the strategy side. There's, I don't know how many thousands of business marketing coaches out there trying to teach strategies. All sorts of different kinds of strategies. Most of them don't all work together. And they're not bad. I teach that most, if not all, of those strategies do work, but they're not all going to work for you. You have to find what's going to work for you. You have to know yourself well enough to know what actually works for you, what you will follow through with, what works for your audience, all of that kind of stuff. So this isn't a bash on the strategy, because this is finding the balance between the strategy and going with the flow. And of course, if you're familiar with the design circle, in there, really, this is what I teach. It's the balance. It's, all right, here are your strategies. Here are all the different ways we can run businesses. These are your options. And now, also, at the same time, let's sort out what option is best for you. Because you don't need to dive into all of the options if you're only going to work on one or two of the options. That's a waste of your time and energy. Don't do that. Instead, let's go ahead and give an overview of what the options are. Let's figure out your personality, what you enjoy, what you love, what you're good at, and also make sure that it fits our audience, your audience. And then let's blend those together and dive deeper into what's going to work for you and for your audience. Man, I'm getting riled up already, and I wasn't even expecting that. So spoiler alert, this, I don't remember what this episode's going live, but I know it won't be before the implementations are live. So what I've been working on inside of the design circle is creating kind of a course structure to organize all of the lessons that we have in there, including lots of guest speaker lessons, so that you have the strategy, but you also still have my coaching and my really teaching you how to find what works for you. And so this is exactly the structure of the design circle, especially moving forward. Until now, it's really kind of just been melded together. It's all been one thing. But now there's over a year's worth of content. And I'm really breaking it down into a structure that guides you through the steps. That's like, all right, here are your options. I know that you want to know about all of the different things. I know that you want to make an informed decision. I think you need to make an informed decision. Don't just go down the social media rabbit hole because you heard 3 different social media marketers say that this is the best thing to do. Don't do that. And also, don't go take all of the courses for all of the different things, because you're not going to do all of those things, especially from the beginning or even from the middle. I mean, like if you're 5 years in, you still shouldn't be doing all of those things, all of the things. And so this is really providing the structure of me being like, okay, let me help you find exactly the perfect thing for you so that I can connect you with all of the information you need to be successful. Okay, so here we are talking about kind of finding that balance and using that framework, I guess. This is, and if you're new to the podcast, I do not typically work from notes or transcript or anything like that. This is a discussion of me just pouring out my knowledge and heart with you, genuinely, authentically, and live, basically. I mean, I'm recording this live and it's not prepared. You're not listening to it live. You're listening to a recording. But so how do we find this balance? Because sometimes then it can be easy to be like, all right, the strategy isn't working for me. I was told that I have to create 3 Instagram posts every single day, and 2 of them have to be reels, and I just don't have the energy for that. All right. What are you going to do with that information? Are you going to abandon the plan? Are you going to stick with the plan even though it doesn't actually work with your energy? Are you going to modify the plan? So let's modify these strategies to work for you. Let's modify them to find the balance and to strategically go with the flow. So it's not just going with the flow. What I was starting to say there was that it can be tempting to be like, okay, this strategy is not working. I'm just going to do what I feel like because that's going to work for me. And to a certain extent, that's correct. But at the same time, you also need to have the strategy to go with that. So you're not going with the flow blindly. Because you could say, oh, yeah, I'm going to go with the flow. I'm just going to create XYZ. I'm going to create an email list the way that I feel like it. But there are some strategies that will help you create your email list strategically in a way that you actually really love and that you don't have to change everything a year down the road. So, I've been really and this is encouraged by um a mentor of mine, Jolie Kelly. She's a coach. Um and she really helped me to start paying attention to my own energy cycles. And so the reality is when we see and learn things online and even in person, often it's given as a very structured kind of thing. Like you do this every single day, every single week, every single month, whatever it is, do this. You have to be consistent in order to be successful. And there's some truth to that. But the other part of the reality is that we as humans, we do not have a constant flow of energy. We don't have the same exact amount of energy every single day, every single week, every single month, every single year. So we have to learn how to be flexible to give into or to ride or to be cognizant and strategically using those energy waves while also being strategic. Because we don't want to just bail out of the ship when you're halfway there. But that's not going to be helpful to you either. So, what I'm really encouraging you to do is to be aware of the fact that you have energy cycles, that you have ups and downs. You do, you do not have to push through a certain strategy just because somebody told you to when it doesn't feel good to you. It's okay to cut back. It's okay to be like, okay, 3 Instagram posts a day, which by the way, I don't encourage 3 Instagram posts a day. This is just simply an illustration. But you could say 3 Instagram posts a day right now. This is really overwhelming. But you know what I could do? 1 Instagram post a day would actually feel really good. I'd be able to have the time and the energy to create that. I'd still be sticking with my plan. I'm still showing up on Instagram. I'm still sharing the valuable content. It's just at a level that works better with my energy right now. That's totally okay. Give yourself permission to do that. But don't use this as an excuse. So I'm giving you a permission to slip. It is not an excuse slip. Does that make sense? Like sometimes we can be like, oh, well, so and so said I don't have to do that. So I'm just not going to do anything and I should still be successful. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying give yourself grace when you need the grace because there are ups and downs. Don't expect yourself to be a machine because you are not a machine. You are a human. You have emotions, you have energy, you have ups and downs. And the great thing is that as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you get to choose how you spend your time, what you're working on, all of the things, so you can perfectly fit your energy. You can be like, all right, overall, I want to work 40 hours a week. That's what feels good for me. But, maybe you had one week that is a very low energy work week for you. You can work only 20 hours per week. per that, like in that week. And then maybe the next week is very high energy level. And your energy levels are really high. And you can work 60 hours that week. Now, of course, be mindful of what your boundaries are, what's important to you, all of that kinds of thing. But this is just an illustration to say, overall, you're working 40 hours. When you have low energy, you could drop down. When you have high energy, you can increase. Overall, that's balancing out to what your goal was. This works for so many different parts of your business. It can be like marketing. Once you get an idea of, okay, maybe this part of the year tends to be low energy, this part of the year tends to be high energy, or this time of year I really love interacting with people, but this time of year it really is stuff that I want to do by myself, kind of thing. You can adjust your plans to fit your energy cycles. So, okay, so for example, let's say April and May are high energy, extrovert kind of energy where you want to be working and connecting with people. But June and July are low energy where you want to work more by yourself. So April, May, maybe you like to teach. Maybe it's so let's say you like to teach. You might teach classes in April and May and not teach classes in June and July, and that is okay. You can still be a teacher and not teach every single month. You get to choose your schedule. You get to choose how you spend your time. Now, another example is for say, let's use the same April, May, June, July schedule. But let's say what we're talking about marketing. So say you know that you like connecting and interacting with people April, May, and not June, July. You could be heavier on your connection on social media, on your email list, on all the different ways that you're connecting with your audience in your marketing. You can be higher on that in April and May. And you might batch create a bunch of content for June and July, and then you can dip down during June and July. You might just have all of your stuff already created, batch created, so that it's just automatically going out, but you're not really communicating quite as much. No, that doesn't mean that it's the optimum strategy, because Instagram likes you to be on their platform connecting all of the time and spending all of your time there. But is it preserving you? Is it preserving your health and well-being and time and energy? And is that worth it for you? I really, 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 really hope that you are considering your well-being, your health, your energy, your joy in your calculations when you're choosing what strategies you're following and what you're spending your time on. Now I'm already going back to that other podcast episode, aren't I? About investing your time. If you have not listened to that episode on investing your time wisely, I don't remember exactly what the title of it is, but something to the effect of investing your time wisely or investing one of your most valuable resources, something like that. Do that, please, because it's so good. I mean, it's information I want you to have, basically, is what I'm saying, because it connects with this so well. So be mindful of your energy. Be mindful of the fact that energies change. It's okay if you don't feel like showing up in the same way today as you did last month or last week or even yesterday. Grant yourself grace, but also build out your strategies and your plans to accommodate that. It doesn't need to ruin your whole business to follow your flow. In fact, I hope you built your business such that it doesn't. And if it does, all right, let's adjust your business, sister. Please. Because this business should not be running you, you should be running it. So yes, the strategies are important. They're valuable. They help us to get where we want to go. But at what cost are you willing to make that happen? Do you really want to be burnt out, overwhelmed, tired, exhausted, unfulfilled in your business? Do you really want to be just forcing yourself through when you don't feel like it? There's a difference between you don't feel like it, as in like it's I don't know, like kind of procrastinating kind of thing, or like I just don't have the energy. I just not a good day for me today. You can take your breaks when you need them. And this is where it's really, 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 really important to listen to yourself, to know yourself, to understand what days are, I just feel lazy. I don't really feel like doing anything, but I suppose if I actually worked, I could get something done. And which are the days that are like, actually, it's going to be worse for me if I push through and work because it's just going to continue to deplete my energy. It's just going to make matters worse. And there's a fine line there. Nobody else can tell you where that line is. That's the hard truth of entrepreneurship, of being a business owner. But it's also a privileged place to be because we get to customize exactly to what we need, what our body needs, what our body's telling us, what our brain, our mind needs. You get to follow your own energy. You don't have to follow anybody else's. Okay, so let's pick out a few action steps here. First of all, be mindful of your energy cycles. Just start paying attention to it, start journaling it. Maybe it's just a list you start. Maybe you have journal entries. Maybe it's like a mood tracker kind of thing. But each day, pay attention to how much energy you'll have and what kind of energy is it? Is it the kind of energy where you just want to put your head down on your desk and get tasks done? Is it the kind of energy where you want to go talk to people? When you want connection? When you want to share things with the world? And then, after you've collected a bit of that data, review that. Reflect on that later. And then, step 2, step 3. Let's adjust. And these are things that can happen simultaneously. Obviously, you need some information before you can start making decisions and adjustments. But as soon as you have some information, you can start making decisions and adjustments right away. But at the same time, continue to collect that information and continue to make decisions accordingly and continue to make adjustments. You might make an adjustment today that isn't applicable in a month or a year or 5 years. Continue to be flexible to change because your energy will continue to change. Your fluctuations, all of it. Of course, as women, we also have our hormonal cycles you can pay attention to because there's definitely energy differences in that whole cycle. But don't use your energy cycles as an excuse to throw away the strategy. And don't use the strategy as an excuse to throw away the energy cycles. Learn how to find the balance for you that fits you properly. Find the strategies that actually work for you long term. Don't jump ship on your strategies over and over again. Don't do that. No. Don't say, oh, right now my energy is perfect for Instagram. Next week, my energy is perfect for YouTube. And the next week, my energy is perfect for Pinterest. And a month from now, my energy is going to be perfect for my email list. Don't be sporadic in your strategy. Don't choose all of the things. Choose the strategy and adjust it to fit your flow. Does that make sense? Adjust accordingly. Adjust the one strategy or two strategies that you've kind of melded together to create your one strategy. But don't choose a different strategy for each kind of energy. And you can use this in your business. You can use it in your whole life. But this is the point where we really are creating businesses that are authentically aligned with us. We're creating the business that fits us. And that's amazing. That's that's what we want, right? I hope that's what you want for yourself. If not, you might not be in the right place. If it is what you want, then let's work together to find that balance. Feel free to reach out to me on Instagram at Pattern Design Circle, or shoot me a message on email, jessica@snickerdoodlenets.com. And if it feels like the right step for you, go ahead and join the Design Circle. It's a group where I provide resources and community support for designers running a business, learning how to more authentically fit themselves so that they're operating a business that they love, that brings them joy and profitability and energy, joy and money. All right, I hope you really found this very valuable. I hope that it's inspiring you that it is possible to find a balance. It is possible to pay attention to your body and yourself and your energy, and at the same time, have a strategy that works, that will help you propel forward. And I just hope that it encourages you, it inspires you in a way that you take action. Because there are so many things that we learn in this world of business and online, and even when we're not online. But if we don't implement it, if we don't apply it to our own lives, is it really helping us? Is it really helping you? So find that balance, track your energy, and begin to make the adjustments so that your business really fits you. You've got this, friend. I'll talk to you later. Wow, thanks so much for listening to this episode. If you found it valuable, please share the podcast with a designer friend. And if you have a minute, leave a review. It's so helpful for me and means the world to me. Chat soon.